Hi everyone, welcome to Queer Stories on the Swan, a podcast where two gay men chat and discuss all things queer in the Perth LGBTQIA+ community. I'm your host Chris.
And I'm your other host Christo, and today we'll be chatting to Sarah Light, her journey as an actress and coming out later in life.
So sit back and enjoy the show. Hello. Welcome to our Halloween episode.
Ooh.
So yeah, this episode we're coming on Halloween, hence why I am looking
Scary.
like a whore. I was going to say like a whore, but yeah, like scary. Scary like a whore. You look great though. Look at the looks Christo was serving today. So what have you got? You got the lovely straight wig. So this is pirate you.
Yeah.
It's funny. I thought when you were a witch before I saw like the skull and bones thing. You know, you got
Still
the
work.
boots. Yeah. But you know, you the lovely boots, the bejeweled fishnets. Oh my god, work!
We're not that kind of show.
Maybe we open a Patreon and
An
we'll start
OnlyFans.
doing OnlyFans Patreon. You know, things you have to pay for to get the exclusive
I
content.
don't think anyone would pay for this.
I don't know. There's a thing for everybody.
This is like the visual side of things.
Whereas me, so I actually completely forgot we were going to dress up for this.
I can't believe it.
So considering, this is all Christo. All the makeup is done by Christo.
You're welcome.
One of his wigs, thank you. And the veil, which I'm using to cover my straight boy clothes, so I don't look like a guy.
Heavens, we look like that. We don't look like men in wigs, do we?
No, not at all. What do you mean? You are men in wigs.
I'm a man in a wig.
I'm channeling Bianca Del Rio.
I like her. I think she's cool.
Oh, she's my favorite. She's my favorite drag queen. Anyway, we're back for another episode today.
Yes.
So, yeah, as we said, when we're recording this, it won't be Halloween. By the time it comes out, it'll be Halloween. So we thought we'd get all things ready. And everything that's set decoration here, we've got some webs and spiders and hanging.
Just want one to fall down.
Is that your first man, pirate girl? Is that your first one who cheated on you? Now he's just hanging there?
Yeah.
Tiny person.
Yeah. Learn from that.
Cheaters, this is what you're going to be.
Just a head on a hook.
Yes, and our spider that looks almost too realistic.
Just hope.
I really don't like spiders.
You really don't.
Yeah, it's the one Halloween decoration that I'm just like, no.
Really?
I can do all the ghosties, I can do all the ghost trains, I can even do the clowns, as horrifying as they are.
I can't do the clowns.
Yeah.
No.
I'll take
there was
those.
like clown decorations at Kmart, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Or the ones that you walk past and then they freak you out. Yeah. I remember my next door neighbor, I think they might still have it. They have a Halloween bowl where they have all the candy.
Yeah.
But like when you reach inside of it, it must be like a sensor or something, and the Grim Reaper just goes, ah! There's a thing like that. You're grabbing my candy. You know, stuff like that. It's all great stuff. But yeah, so we're here and we're going to have a lovely one of your friends in for this time. Tell us about Sarah.
Well, I met Sarah on a production that I did with her, and she was the main actress, and we hit it off when we first met, and she's lovely, she's gorgeous.
Yes.
A sweet soul, and I'm so excited to have her on here.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to meeting her.
I told her about this show, she's like, I want to be on it, I know,
she's been following us and liking us on our socials, and
today's the day. So,
I'm very excited for this.
Perfect, but yeah. I could talk so highly about her, and I just,
I sure doesn't get too scared, considering, this.
I did my best, okay? It was a last minute thing.
We do want more guests on the show, so please don't get too freaked out by this.
This is not normal. Neither is it.
You don't need to look at the costume. I'm just not normal. Just...
You and me both.
This is just how I feel brought to life. This horrifying slut. Oh my god. I better stop. I'm going to break everyone by the time Sarah gets here.
Oh, we're going to need a drink after this.
We've got the AC on too.
Yeah, it's not doing much.
But yeah, we've loved the reception from Scott's episode, our season 2 premiere, and now we're into season 2, episode 12. It's also a second episode, so 2222, year 2022. 2's a good name, a good number.
I don't think I followed any of that.
No, that's fine. It's my own ranting. That's what I do.
This is Chris's head.
You see why I need Christo here? Because I need someone who's going to, like, wrangle me back. If this is me by myself...
Oh, God.
It's disastrous.
I'd be so lost.
I'd be so lost without you too, Christo.
Oh,
I do love you. Yeah, freaky. Okay, so while I'm sitting here enjoying myself, there's visuals. So the YouTube video version of this episode will show that nothing bad is going on when I say that, so no one think anything badly. We're going to throw to our interview with Sarah.
Yay.
And
I can't wait.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Scott from episode 11, and you're listening to Quiz Stories on the Swan. Always remember to stay fabulous.
And we have Sarah in the studio with us. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, and so happy to be here.
Happy to have you here.
Yay, finally.
And you're looking lovely and not completely horrifying like I do. But no.
Excuse me.
No. That's just my face with the makeup. But I do look absolutely really, really good. Thank you to you, Chris.
Oh, you're welcome.
Now, so we'll cut right into the chase.
Sure.
Well, we can't chase too much. We're just sitting down here.
We are. Yes.
So, Sarah, could you just tell us your pronouns just to start off with?
So my pronouns are she and her.
Excellent. All right, Christo, do you want to take off?
When did you realise you were queer?
Well, it took a long time. I mean, I lived quite a life before I came out. I came out when I was 40. So when that kind of penny dropped, it was a huge, massive relief for me personally. However, it took a little bit to kind of place all the pieces of the puzzle together after that, because I had led a life basically straight. You know, I was married to a man, got divorced, created a whole new life for myself. And then as I did that, some sort of, things fell into place for me, including finding out that I'm lesbian.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't a shock to me. It was more of, oh my goodness, it's taken me this long to really realise this. And it was very powerful, and it was also all-consuming. So it kind of went a little bit like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, right, okay, yes. And then it was, but as I said, just the relief of putting those puzzle pieces together, and then sort of remembering back to my childhood and my teenage years about, having crushes on girls, and I just thought, they're just my really, 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 really close friends. And that, when you have besties and all that sort of thing, but it wasn't until when I accepted that I am a lesbian that those sort of things fell into place, and I went, oh, yeah, no, it was a bit more than that. It was very emotional. It was an emotional attachment to these friendships that was a bit stronger than just friendships. So that, coming out at 40, I didn't really have to explain to anyone too much. It was, in fact, my best friend, God bless her cotton socks, I said, because I was telling people closest to me first, and I, went out for coffee with her, and I said, I'm actually a lesbian, I'm gay. And she looked at me up from her coffee and she said, well, yes. And I went, what do you mean, well, yes? She said, well, I thought that's, you, and would you have liked to have told me a little earlier? I've known you for like 30 odd years and anyway. So apart from that, and then another person said, oh, yeah, I thought you'd go that way. And just, all these sort of funny little things that happened to me along the way of that, telling people and coming out.
Yeah.
And when I told my mother, she's no longer with us, but when I did tell my mother, because I brought over a friend to meet her, a very close friend. And this friend, presents quite masculine. Mm. And so my mother, who grew up in the arts and was a ballerina and everything, was around a lot of queer people.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she kind of sort of hinted to me, is your friend gay? And I went, I think so. And then when I did finally tell her, actually, Mum, she's more than just my friend, she goes, well, I thought so. So that kind of realisation happened a bit later in life. And my story as a middle-aged woman coming out late is, well, it's not too late, but late enough, is not too uncommon amongst women my age.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a dramatic thing. It was a difficult thing for me inside, I guess, before, I wasn't really thinking of anyone else. I was just thinking of me having to actually say the words out loud was a challenge as well.
Yeah.
But it was a huge relief, and I just felt, this is me, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since you did come out, was there any childhood memories that you can think of where you were like, oh, yeah, that makes sense?
Well, back in the early 80s, in primary school, we used to play this, and I don't know if they play it now. I don't actually really want to know, but if they do, we used to play a game called Kiss Chasey.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, Kiss Chasey.
Kiss Chasey,
yeah,
right.
My primary school.
Play it,
and it was, the boys kiss the girls kiss the boys if they got it, right? But I didn't really want to have the boys kiss me. I wasn't wanting to perhaps kiss the girls. But, yeah, and I had this one close friend and I just thought, I'd really like to play Kiss Chasey,
Yeah.
But, of course, that was... No, that didn't happen, and I'm actually glad it didn't happen back then, so that's all good. Yes, but... Yeah, so little things like that, and having sleepovers, and just being really excited to be close and sitting next to a girl.
Would you do Kiss Chasey now?
Definitely.
Just not with the boys.
Well, a prize coming up, maybe that'll arrange a Kiss Chasey event.
Well, why don't they?
Why not?
I think a lot of people would be into it.
Oh, yeah.
If anyone who's listening is part of the Fair Day organisation, Kiss Chasey.
Yeah.
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 Let's do that. So you are an actress.
Yes.
What inspires you to become an actress?
Well, I've always been in the performing arts. I started off my performing arts career as a classically trained ballerina.
Okay.
And I had quite a short professional career in that. It was a very tough life. I don't know if you've seen Black Swan with Natalie Portman. Okay, so it's basically that without the, stabbing stuff going on and, dying on stage. It's actually very intense. So you literally wake up, you sleep, you eat, you drink ballet, you talk about ballet. It's all very intense. And that kind of didn't suit my, personality. And so from there I went into acting because I still wanted to stay in the performing arts. I loved performing. And, I think it's also... inherited because my father was an actor and a dancer, and I think it just was in the blood, really. And I just love every minute of it. I actually love becoming someone else. I mean, I love myself, but I love becoming someone else and getting immersed in a character. It's just so much fun.
No, I completely understand. I've done lots of acting, and I understand that love of becoming someone else. Especially when you start off in high school. And I started in high school, I was so shy and so awkward. Yeah. So the fact of just dropping that veil and just unleashing and to form something, it's amazing, isn't it?
And bringing someone off the page to life is amazing.
Yeah, for
Creating
sure.
This character that no one knows.
That's right,
Yeah.
and it does. It helps. It helps young people also come out of their shell if they are a bit introverted too, because that's it's a little outlet as well. It's
absolutely.
great. Yeah.
No, I agree.
I feel more confident as a character than as myself.
Yeah, right.
I can do anything as a character.
Yeah, I'm a little bit the same, actually. And if I have to speak as myself, I get very nervous.
Yeah.
Like today's a bit of a challenge, FYI.
Yeah. And you're doing amazingly.
Well, thank
but it's
you.
like, when I was, I'm sure you must have gotten this in high school when they were like, you have to give a speech in class, but it's public speaking. You're an actor. That's the same thing.
No.
No.
It's not.
It is
not you.
No.
I'm not going to picture everyone naked.
If you couldn't make it as an actress, what else would you pursue?
Well, I guess I have been lucky in the sense that I've had a couple of careers. So I've been able to sort of try different things I've already been interested in. I've been, a ballerina. I have been a school teacher. I'm in casting at the moment, so that's really fun as well. And obviously I'm an actor and doing all of that for years and years and years. So what else I would do? It would probably be something arts related. It'd be creative. I mean, I love gardening, and I love. I recently won first place for my sweet peas at the Kelmscott show.
Oh,
I know,
congrats.
I know. So it will have to be something along those lines, I'd say. Yeah.
Oh,
wonderful.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. I was very excited.
You did the Scott shows recently?
Yes.
And you never told me.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a last minute decision. But yeah. So next year I'm going to enter some more things. So I'm very excited. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, very, very good. Now, Christo was telling me about the upcoming web series Love Me Lex.
Oh, yes.
I'm so excited.
And you played a lesbian in that particular series. Yeah. Was that your first time playing a gay character?
Besides in real life.
Yes, it was, because I've always been cast. I've been cast as a love interest before, but it's always been heterosexually. So this was my first time playing a lesbian character, and it was challenging, but it was also really nice. It was a lot calmer, and I think there was a lot less pressure.
Because you could feel the character, because you're used, that's who you are, so it's a bit more relaxed. Yeah.
Exactly. And it was, I mean, we had an incredible set, such a diverse set, as you know.
Yeah.
And just so supportive, and we had, an intimacy coordinator. So those scenes that, are always very tricky and uncomfortable were less so, and having this beautiful coordinator there, and playing a lesbian character was very refreshing, and I just want to do more of that. Yeah. That's my goal. I would really love to do more and more of that kind of sapphic content.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Are you involved in the Perth queer community much? Like, have you gone out to some of the clubs? Have you been involved with some of the events, the sporting teams maybe?
I'd like to get more involved. I guess, and I've gone to different kind of events. I've also, I suppose this is pretty involved. Hang on.
This is definitely one of them.
In 2016, I had the honour and privilege of leading the Dykes on Bikes in the Pride Parade.
I like that.
Which was amazing.
I've seen that picture.
Yeah.
It was at 2016, you said.
2016.
I was there. Maybe I saw you. Probably did.
Maybe.
Just didn't know who she was.
That was fantastic. And then I was invited back in 2017 to be a pillion, and I was basically the last one in the pack.
Yeah.
And I had a wonderful friend who, was riding, because I don't ride a motorcycle, but I just like to be the ornament on the back.
Yeah, of course.
So, Dykes on Bikes WA. If you ever need me to be an ornament again, I'll
Give
be
her a call.
happily do that. It was just such a thrill, and so I've been involved that way. And I've been to some women only events with lesbian friends. Mm-hmm. That's a great group of women. So yeah. That's I've been doing sort of things like that, but I like to get more involved. I mean, I've seen some other things. And I thought, I must go to that, and I'd like to go to that. So, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Follow Queer Perth and you'll see more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Promotion.
Actually, our friends at Queer Perth.
Yeah,
they always have the events.
I
and
do
everything
follow
up there.
Queer Perth, actually.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Just a little plug for us while Chris is loading them up. We do have a webpage on Queer Perth now, Queer Stories on the Swan. So go have a look at that.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Thank you, Scott, so much.
Where can we find you on socials?
Okay, so
Here we go.
on Facebook, I'm Sarah Light.
Yes.
And on Instagram, I am Sarah Light Official.
Official.
Find
She's
me
got the
there.
official there.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Well, now you need the blue tick next to your name.
Well, that's the next goal, isn't it?
The next goal. And a question I completely forgot to write down, well done, Chris, was so we always try and get bits of advice from people who are probably experiencing a similar journey. Now, you said you came out at a rather later age than like some other people who might come out like when they're teen years.
Yeah.
Is there any advice you would give to people like coming out in that stage of life? Like, is it scarier? Is it better? Is there a different way you should really approach it? What advice would you give to people who maybe still need to come out despite their age?
Yeah, sure. Look, I think the advice I'd like to sort of say is take your time. You have waited this long, you know, and really be kind to yourself about that as well. In hindsight, I think, I wish I'd known that earlier. I wish I had had that penny drop earlier, but then it wouldn't have brought me to where I am now, and I wouldn't be, you know, experiencing the experiences I'm having now, which is almost like a new lease on life.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a beautiful thing. So I'd say just be really kind to yourself, take your time. And also, you know, we're all kind of full of labels at the moment, and, you know, people are wanting to say, well, are you this or are you that? But you don't necessarily need to give yourself a label as well. So just be very gentle with that. And if you, you know, decide on how it is that you want to come out, then, you know, make sure that it feels right for you and not to think about other people in the situation, but always be very honest with yourself and live that truth and just feel if it feels right and it feels good and it feels gentle and loving, then that's the right thing to do.
Oh, that's so moving. I was getting a chance in there. I think you should narrate audiobooks.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I'm available.
Have you done much voiceover work as an actress? Or?
I have. I've done a little bit of voiceover work. So I did a campaign for the city of Subiaco.
Okay.
And that was great. That was great fun. Yeah. So I'm happy to do more.
Oh, your voice definitely suits it. So I think people were doing a disservice if they didn't hire you back.
Wow.
Maybe we'll get you to do some promos
I was
for
going to
us.
say she might come
I
on.
would
our show
love
and
to
start
do
doing
that. I would love to. Anytime.
Queer stories.
Perfect.
That would be really, really good. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us in this studio.
It's been
Oh
my
my God.
pleasure. Thank you. I'm so glad I'm finally
got
here.
to have you on.
Thank you for inviting me. Please invite me back.
Well, we will. We'll have some. We'll have some launch parties. I reckon for maybe like a future season or
Yeah.
something, and we'll bring people over and just get them to know each other and cocktails and very sexy men waitresses. Sorry. Professionalism.
It sounds like fun.
And thank you for joining us for our Halloween episode.
Yeah.
We've got things. You brought your little
I
hat
have.
with you.
I brought my little hat that I couldn't wear because of the headphones. But anyway, I'll pop it on later.
We'll have some promos and we'll feature the hat on there.
Yeah.
Little pilgrim hat. Very, very cute. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
All right, so we just finished our interview with Sarah. Sorry, my wig's in my face, in my mouth again.
Welcome to my world. You get used to it after a while.
Yeah, I do like your world. It's very glamorous. I'm not sure if I could do it all the time, though. Yeah. Look,
I don't do it all the time.
I was only going to dress as this. That phone's recording, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So so you can see my look. It was either dressing like this or I continue my look of dressing like a straight boy, which might have been scarier.
I don't know. Look out. Might be a fantasy for someone.
Yeah. But no, it was lovely to talk to Sarah. You know, it was nice to meet a fellow actor or actress. I should
She's so
say.
lovely.
Yeah,
I adore her so much.
Gorgeous. Like some of the best voiceover, because we talked about how the fact she did voiceover work and she recorded an interlude with us off off mic. Well, not off mic.
Yeah.
It was on the mic, but it won't be featured in this episode. Anyway, she sounds absolutely brilliant. Funny too.
Yeah.
So funny.
She's-
And good on her for coming out at a later age because that can't be easy.
No, I couldn't imagine.
You know, because she said she had a husband, but the fact that you can do it at that age just proves that it's really never too late to.
There's no age to when you can come out.
Yeah. Sorry, I realised that sounded a bit. She's not old, but when you don't come out in your teen years, don't think that's like, oh my God, I lost my chance.
Yeah.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Did I say myself?
I think so. It's okay.
It's this makeup. It's making my brain all foggy. And my brain's not usually on anyway, so that's not saying much. Okay.
It's gone into sleep mode.
So yes, this was our Halloween episode. Well, we're recording a week before Halloween,
But it comes out on Halloween.
yeah, we're coming out on Halloween, so that's why we're doing what we're doing today. And I definitely want to get dressed up for Pride this time, and not. It was last minute this outfit and makeup thing anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come
for you.
prepared.
Yeah,
Yeah, for me. Oh my God. I'm like,
Thank
did you bring anything? He's like, I'm like, we organised this like 2 weeks ago.
I know, but it was 2 weeks ago. I can't remember all that. I'm doing a million things anyway.
There's me like already.
Anyway, we're talking a lot. Let's we'll wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for listening to our second episode of season 2.
Yes.
Season 2, episode 2 of this season. There you go. 2 jewels on that in the year 2022.
What's happening right now?
God, I don't know. It's just me and my.
It's a silly season coming
It's
up.
a silly
That's
season.
why.
Yeah, it's all a bunch of sillies and spiders. I give myself credit for not freaking out because spiders are horrifying.
I still can't believe one hasn't fallen off.
Don't. We have not finished yet. You stop. You.
He loves me.
Anyway, I'm rolling the outro. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Queer Stories on the Swan. You can leave a review/rating on wherever you get your podcasts.
You can find us on our socials on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and our new YouTube channel, Queer Stories on the Swan.
You can also find us on our webpage at queerperth.com/Queer Stories on the Swan. I'm Chris.
And I'm Christo.
And
Stay fabulous.